Ladies and gentlemen, before this live stream started, I was setting up the music and I made myself laugh because I heard this sound and then I went, oh. And then I was like, oh, there's a reaction. We're listening to the StarCraft soundtrack today. Music from my childhood that is just always makes me feel good. Always makes me feel good, this soundtrack. And I felt like it would actually really suit Shapes in a way. Maybe because the environment's a little bit kind of like cold and mechanical, and it's got a bit of a spacey vibe to it, this soundtrack. But anyway, all the buttons have been pressed, the dials have been turned. I think we're live, I think we've got all the things in order. And we've got peeps turning up in chat. So thank you everyone for coming by today. I appreciate you coming by to check out this live stream. Also, tomorrow, I was going to do Hermitcraft, but we might play a different game. I just saw a streamer I follow streaming something that looked interesting, and I thought, might check that out and do that tomorrow. I've also had some thoughts about our setup here. We have this limiting factor that actually slows the whole process down, but I've decided we're probably going to be copy and pasting this, so we'll share our inputs if ever they become throttled, so they can go through multiple of these setups. And one of the future upgrades will be cutting and stacking once we have this, which is actually part of what we're creating. So we've created a base, and that means this will get caught up to speed once we've made the next part of it. So I think what we're going to do is leave this project as is and potentially create an array around here. You know, we've got green, we've got red, we've got that. We can stack this up many times, send it across somewhere else. So now, in this area, or potentially over here, we kind of want to make the next bit. In fact, I could make the next bit not near this, and then just ship it over there. Because we need the correct kind of shapes and stuff, right? Where are we in terms of where the hub is, right? So that is, okay, all the way up here. The hub is very down below us. And there's our colour mixer. It's not crazy far away. It's not crazy far away, but if we zoom in, you know, we got our circles over here. We do need some white dye for this one. That's going to be tricky to make. And now I look at chat and everyone's telling me the screen is black. You know, for a while there in the beginning, no one said that. Oh, how does this always happen when I stream? There you go. At the beginning it was just like, no one was saying that, and then when I guess right, we're good, started talking about stuff, and then everyone's like, nope, you got it wrong. I don't know what that was for, but we got that there. So we need a white colour mixer. We kind of already built one of these before, you see. Back over here. Or maybe we could use this bus. Right, this is a crazy... How's the white dye? You know, look at that. This bus is being used up over here. Could it do with some belt balancing? Because these ones over the top here are full. Not really sure this will make a difference. Does that help distribute it a little better? Probably not. I'm going to undo that actually, it looks ugly. Eventually. So, we kind of want to make this again, but if we just take a quick look at it, it's not actually using everything that's coming through. And I'm guessing it's probably the upgrades that we've made along the way that have ended up making these things less productive, right? Because I'm pretty sure when we first made this, it was super duper. Nothing wrong with it. So we could double this up, like flip it. So it'd be nice and... Actually, you can't flip, can you? But hey, I could probably copy that and put it somewhere else. Which I think I might just do. So red, blue and green, right? I can just... Yeah, let's try that. We want to make our lives a little easier in this game. Speaking of which, I think I need to be zoomed out to do this. Ah, we're going to copy a bunch of stuff we don't need as well, apparently. So let's say we copy that. 10,000. Oh, apparently middle clicking places it. That's not what I was trying to do. Well, I just wasted 10,000. Well done, me. Anyway, now that the stream is actually working and things are fixed, let's read some noises in the ear. We got Sumin Shizen here for 3 months, Big Merc 77 for 44, The Crazy Inventor here for 2 months. Thank you for your support, peeps. Hope you're ready to enjoy some good old shapes today. So we don't need to put this thing near here, we need to put it near circles and that other shape. We do spend a fair bit of time in this game, like searching for stuff, don't we? Actually, I think that other shape doesn't even occur naturally. You have to create it, right? Oh, there it is occurring naturally. That's not going to be enough. But over here, don't we create it here? That's not the same shape, no. Well, the search is on. Does kind of look like maybe it's not actually that common. I guess we can use other deposits. Like down here there's like 3 of them, right? Like 3, those 2 together would essentially make it. So if we send them upwards from there, we're going to end up shipping stuff from like far away to make this thing. In which case, I'm just going to focus on where this goes for now. So we want like 3 different colours. Oh, I did it again. Just wasted another... Oh my word, another 10,000. Okay, so don't use the middle mouse button. I'm used to like clicking middle mouse on a map and like moving across. Is that circles right there? That is. There you go, like red, green, red, blue and green. It's kind of like all there, isn't it? Oh, I clicked a little too soon on that one. Okay, I can delete all of that. So this is a case of like, can we get this up and running super duper quick? Because we have done a lot of this. Okay, then chains. Chains. Like that. In go the greens. So the red and the blue need to be hooked up over here. And we got 2 belts at this point. This is the first time I've seen this game. Is it similar to Factorio, says Arcane Axolot. If you are familiar with Factorio, many concepts in this game will be very familiar to you. It's essentially taking the whole like belt management and item flow and the arranging of stuff to process other things. It's taking that and focusing it on this kind of like free build, constant expansion of shape creation. So like that, you know, in a short amount of time we have successfully created some white dye. But I think this right here is probably overkill in terms of the belts. I think it's probably producing actually 2 belts worth. So let's go and condense it all. And like that would have 2 belts. Okay, so we're producing white here. And interestingly enough, we need to... Oh my word, we got to do this in the strangest of ways. Right, let's go find that circle. Here it is. I actually like the position of this. It's a shame we couldn't flip this so the white was pointing upwards, but it is what it is. That being said, you know, is there any circle action? There is 3 clusters. And between them, we could probably have our belts come closer to the bottom. Let's do it that way. So I'm going to add an extractor. Let's see, 6, 7, 8, and then we'll probably split it up between the 2. pressing the wrong buttons. So they've both got 6, and then they've both got 7. So we'll bring 2 belts of these across. Down to where there is white. Just over here. The next thing that we need is red. And I think actually we'll get our red from here. So we'll have white and red coming in. Now here's what I think we're going to do. Y'all can tell me if this is a good or bad idea. Bring it back a little bit. If we go into our cutter setup and cycle through, we've got quad cutters, okay? How do I want to do this? I think I want to take them off and put them... Actually, maybe not. I don't know what way to do this. Let's just experiment. This will be interesting. So I can do that, and then we get our 4 different shapes. Now we need to combine 2 of them. But I think we can do it through rotation rather than thinking of having the exact same ones. So if I rotate you, you will go round 1. If I rotate you, you will go round 1. Uh-huh. Then we want to join them back together, right? So, except, interesting. That's the same... Oh, right, yeah, okay. So, that makes sense. It would be that way around, right? No. Maybe that also has to be flipped. Let's try it again. Yeah, so now we got the opposites, right? They need to be on separate tracks and painted somewhere else. And that makes me think... If I go upwards here and give myself enough space to come back down again... Oh, it's just the layout. It's just the layout now. Hi, Lightery Jelly. Thank you for your Prime subscription. And Alfonso, thank you for 2 months of support. Appreciate it. You do Twitch too, says Pratik. I do indeed do Twitch too. Kryner says, right here, right now, I'm going to complain about how you hermits always start streaming when I go to bed. It's just time zones, isn't it? It's just time zones. This is not the ultimate shape making factory right here. Some brainiacs out there would have figured out a way to make an amazing setup that probably does everything efficiently and clever. We just do things one thing at a time, and I like that. Each time it provides us with a new challenge, which is fun. So if we go in this direction, we're just going to run out of space. So we'll come back to about... by the way, the next colours I need are white and green. There's plenty of that. So we're going to come back to about here. We're going to take what we just did and rotate it. And we'll scale it upwards, okay? So if we go, get both of these on the screen at the same time. By the way, can I just say the music choice today feels amazing. Just feel like we've elevated this game, okay? I think I actually need to move all of that up by 1. Because this will need to be there. And I guess we're probably going to end up with our belts going in this direction, right? So... that would technically... Okay, I've got to get all the moving of the stuff correct. That would technically want to be behind, so both belts could feed into here. Let's move that again. Oh, done it all wrong now. Oh wait, that would be there, wouldn't it? Or was it? I don't know where I moved it to or from, but that is definitely correct. Okay. 2 stackers. And then I guess I do need this. And remember, we always got to use tier 2, that's important. So we're going to what am I doing here? Where is that going to be? It's going to be there. Actually, I need to think that through a little bit more. Because, right, we want to take both of them off like this. Now, unless I can make that use less space, there's no need to do anything funky with it, I believe. But it might look a little neater if I take this one up and stash it into that, and then have our... Yeah, we just make it look a little cleaner, even though it's kind of not really any difference if we do that, basically. Now that primes us up for the next one. So let's go ahead, let's actually add a little more track. Okay, we take that, copy it and paste it right there. And look at that. That's not what I want you to do, but we can indeed have it done the correct way. Okay, so now if I copy from here to there, I'm hoping that will paste without that slight... I guess I'm missing one component. Yeah, that's okay, I can fix that. But then I have to rebuild this track. Slight problem. I haven't fully thought this bit through, have I? I haven't thought that through properly. And I kind of want to keep the same compactness going. Oh, some of you pointed out that the rotation is incorrect. Yeah, I didn't notice that for a while, did I? Now, how is that any... Oh, it's because I put it on the wrong side. Right. So, we've got 2 problems to fix, and we just fixed one, in theory. So that'll be one. Now, this second one... let's say we ignore that, and that one goes straight across. I think the belts, we're just going to have to compromise the belts being directly side by side. So we'll have that there. Now in terms of making this space here any better, I mean, I can put the belt like that and it kind of looks like it's more compact in a way, but it's not. Now we have our 2 belts. Oh yeah, okay. No, I can't move that because we need belt behind it. Right. So that, in theory, is the better way to do it. Let's get in there and rip those ones out. Okay, and then bring them back again. Really does look like that should be able to be more compact. Maybe I'm just looking at it wrong, right? Yeah, I don't know. Let's have a look at chat. You want a dirt button? You get a dirt button today. That was a dirt earlier. Right, noises in the ear. We've got Daniel Cypher here for 13 months. 26 even, saying, if Jesus stood on a flowing river, would he stand still or move down the river like a conveyor belt? I don't know. That's a great question. That is a great question. I would say because standing on a river is difficult, he'll probably just stay where he is because it's some sort of magic trick, right? Decky Kicker? I don't know how to say your name, but thank you for 5 months of support, dude. Appreciate it. Or Our Fun Family says, I just made this shape in my game and quad painting is definitely worth it. We only got double painting at the moment. Anyway, what we do have now is the means of production. We have seized the means of production. Okay, so that's 4. 8. All correctly pasted. 12. And 16. And if we need to expand, there will be room to do so. Now, looks like I missed a few belts, unfortunately. But that should provide us with what we need for the next bit. Okay, so we are painting green and white. Now, where do I send these things? Oh, do you know what? I should have sent them in the other direction. All these should be pointing the other way. Now, if I go ahead and flip that... Okay, it is doable. What's the best way to do this? If I zoom out and I go like that, Next one, a little bit more precise. Yeah, all looks good. We probably want to do like 4 at once, don't we? Okay, so put one there. Copy that. Actually managed to do it correctly, that's cool. I just had another thought. Maybe I want one of them to go up to where the green is. Oh no, there's green down here. Okay, yeah, okay. That's better, isn't it? Now which one needs to be green? Oh no, it needs to be red and white. Oh, why did I have green in my head? Well, there's red here. So that's okay. We bring the red down, we bring the white down. So now they're gonna sort of do like they did here, okay? Now the top one is the left, so top is red. That's really great. That's all I need to know. Top is red. So from somewhere around here, I'm going to bring the red dye down. Okay, put them on extract mode. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. They've both got 7 or something like that one. And this is probably, you know, too much dye, actually, now I think about it. Let's just start off as if there's 1. And let's add a little repeater thing. Repeater? It's not a repeater. What am I talking about? It's a colour mixer. We can do quads. No, we can't. Okay. No, that's the wrong thing. Painter. So we do have a quad painter. But I really don't see how that would benefit us. Unless we did it like this. I mean, that's sort of the same as a belt just turning that direction, right? Like... Not sure if that I see the benefit of that in the layout. I'm just visualizing some components here, like where do they go? Yeah, we're going to end up building a very similar system to we've done before if we do it this way around. Maybe I should look at it like this. This might be the trick to make it compact. we're going to send the coloured ones that way. Right? Now, in theory, it can be pretty darn compact. So let's rotate. There it is. That's the design that can be more compact. Let's go ahead. Copy it with that, actually. No, it doesn't work that way, does it? Or does it? Let's just see the alternative again. It doesn't put out to the side. Okay, so we'd have to go rebuild that bit. So it'd be like that. And now it doesn't look quite as shiny, but it's doing its thing. So we copy from there to there, and that gives us a whole bunch of these. Not very compact. Also, where am I going to put the white ones? Like, somewhere around here, obviously. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do you know what would be really smart? We should use the trash can more often. That is called laziness. That is some sweet, sweet laziness. Now I know that it does that, right? Actually, no, I know it doesn't because it's running out. So we can kind of see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it's run out. Now, I'm noticing no more actually coming in. It's because we need a trash can here. Huh. So this array can be expanded very clearly. Although, can it? The output actually needs 2 belts, and that makes sense. Oh, yikes. Oh, yikes. Oh, yikes. The array can't just be indefinitely expanded upwards. Somewhere around here it needs that secondary belt. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, they're moving 9, 10. This is the 11th. Oh my word. I could sort of cut it off there if I wanted to, I guess. Doesn't really seem to go further than 12. I'm going to cut that off for now. See, we want to get the flow of items through here nice and good, but we end up with a full belt there, so that's good. Do we get a full belt out of this? Kind of looks like it ends about there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoopsie. So yeah, that seems to be it. That seems to be the end of that. So if I want to get more out of what I've built, this is where perhaps stacking the things together would have been better. Man, it is so tricky because if I stack the outputs like we did a moment ago with the red dye coming through, then this becomes more copy and pasteable. If I want to expand this now, I have to build a second set of tracks from here, which actually probably isn't too difficult, and then run this whole thing parallel to itself. I'm actually going to do that now because it makes sense, and it might not make sense when I come back here and look at this again. So what I'm talking about doing is now we need to create another 2 lines down here. Man, this is messy. This is messy. Okay, then we want that one to go into trash, and then this one is going to be a similar line all over again. So if I really want what we got here going on stacked, I've got to copy that, bearing in mind some of that is kind of useless, right? Like over here. Anyway, copy that. Oh yeah, and then we're going to have this output in the way. Like, where does that go? Could actually... there's many things I could do here. And I think what I will do is that. Going to have it there. Okay, so now... that's the belt that's going to get used. This one is actually going to go... now we're getting the red stuff over there. Next belt to come along is this one. Okay, so now we'll be producing 2 full belts of that. However, what I want to change here is these little outputs. Going to have them go in the other direction. We've got a noise in the ear. It's Roman Dude 14. Thank you ever so much for your subscription, dude. Appreciate it. Appreciate it ever so much. Jolkit, welcome to the stream. Piggy the Wiggy, welcome as well. What do you get from buying the full version? I have the demo and it looks the same, except the dark mode. I think the demo locks you out after a certain amount of levels, and I don't think it's very many levels either. The game's also very cheap. If you want to support the developer and buy it directly, then, you know, it's a good thing. So now what I want to do is put those in. And I want to flip that, put them on the other side. And we got our 2 belts. All the way to there. All the way to here. Some trash cans at the end. And there you go. So the next thing we've got to do is do these odd belts that have sort of been left hanging about. I think we're going to send them through above. We're not going to have them come through this setup, right? Doesn't make sense to do it that way. It's a lot of work, this game, isn't it? It's a lot of work. And then we've got to idle for 120k after this. It's ridiculous. Okay, so I'm going to drink some tea because it's getting slightly cooler. Sergru says, I finished the game a couple of times. Very cool, but gets repetitive after a while. Of course, of course. It's got a obvious gameplay loop. I'm still discovering challenges, and it's the challenges that interest me. So I'm enjoying it. In theory, what we're doing next is this again, if I'm not mistaken. And the more we can copy and paste, the better, in a weird way. The question is, where do we put that? Because let's say we want things to be tileable or expandable. I mean, I'm not really going to expand this again, so let's not worry about it too much, now that I think about it. I'm going to put it there. Right, but these belts that we got over here, they got to be made of different stuff. We've got the right one, tier 2, yep. Okay, rotate. So somewhere around here we'll put them like that. Ha. Oh, that didn't work. There we go. Right, so now we've got the paint in there, we just need the shapes coming through. And they both go over here. Some more absolute ugliness, basically. Not gonna lie, it's not pretty. And like that, we are now doing the same thing again. Beautiful. I've noticed, though, we have more at the top than the bottom. It's because more come through this way. So I'm guessing this split should have been... Oh, wow. Okay, I thought it was in the middle. We should put it in the middle. That being said, wait a minute, because I can probably... Oh, okay, so how many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we actually removed one? Huh, so... got some kind of like redundant features here, essentially. What on me? Sorry, was that 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. Oh, it's 12. 12, and then we got 3. So, from there to there, I believe we just need to copy. Put in the next one. So now we've got 6. We got 9. We got 12. And in theory, now the belts should be much more similar to one another. And the outputs should be a lot similar to one another, which they kind of appear to be. So now we've got to join those together and then put a green star thing on top of it. Now I know I'm probably not going to expand this any further because of the bandwidth and the design of it. So, here's what I'm thinking. We're going to bring this across and up to like the middle. And then we're going to do something similar over here, and we'll have to do this twice. Just going to experiment for now, so I should probably put my trash cans back on. Okay. This is kind of simple, but maybe not. We need a stacker. And before it, we need that, because we're going to have a belt running either side. And the belts are actually going to go, I think, in those positions. And then it means the way to extract would be downwards. And then this would become a thing like that. Right? Right. So if I do that, I think I'm copying that over and over again. There's 4 of them in a row. Now I want to flip that and do it twice, actually. So let's just build the next bit. So if I select that and flip it, we'll have the other one here. I'm hoping, in theory, this makes sense, right? To go from 4 belts to 2. Makes complete sense, actually, is what it makes. The only problem is, when I take this top one, I don't think we have an alternative. So when I do that, we don't actually have the means to send it upwards. So, scrap that. I'm sick of rebuilding stuff. Let's just mirror it like that twice. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that and put it like roughly in line with that thing. Roughly in line with this thing. Okay, and then we'll rejiggle these belts. Now, where did I make them? Oh, I never put that in there. Trash can at the end. For now, anyway. That goes there. This goes here. Simples. Absolute simples. Okay. Question is, how many of these do we need? I don't know. Let's put that many in and give it a try. weird. It kind of looks like... I'm not sure what's going on there. We're making... Well, the belt speed... I think the belt speed coming in would indicate it's all getting done, but I think we've got more than we need of them, so they get shuffled up. So it doesn't look streamlined, but technically it is. Like, I think I can sort of rip out this, and then it would look... No, that's wrong. I can do this. No. Okay, I don't really know what I'm looking at, but that's fine. Where is that button? There it is. There's that button. Okay, so there we go, and that's it. We've now produced that. So the next thing to do is to get that other shape over here and paint it green. Which... I cannot remember where it is. Should probably put a marker down for this thing as well at some point. We got Flaming Phoenix here with the Amazon Prime subscription. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Ray Oblivion Lock says, I said no! You said no, okay. Do we have any peeps watching who want an explanation of this game? Aha, this is why we're in this area, because we got that there. And we've actually got the green here, so we could make it, slide it across underneath all of this stuff. So we'll look at making it back here, close to the source. If you want an explanation of what this is, now is a good time, because we have to make shapes. It has asked us for many shapes. This is the next one we're going to make. These are some of the ones it's asked us to make in the past. You can see how it would have started simple. In fact, we'll hop over to the hub. Because some of the first things it asked for were like, you know, small shapes like that, which are actually being made far away, apparently. I thought they were being made nearby. But anyway, you know, at one point it said, cut those squares that you can pull out of the ground like this, cut them in half, and paint them blue. So we did that. We moved those things over here. We painted them blue. And then we cut them in half. And we had to rotate some of them as well, because it had to be the particular half. So along our journey playing this game, we have had to produce more and more complicated shapes. And we have built many magical things in order to do that. And the latest magical thing that we're building is going to be the top of this shape. So let's have a look at it. It is this bit right here, which is the simplest part of all of it. Where are we at? Oh yeah, okay, I see. So we're extracting lime, is what we're doing. And that is overkill, that is more than enough. And we're going to bring the lime this way, then down. And I'll tell you what, we probably already built this somewhere, so let's go have a look and see if we can just pinch another design, because we want a sideways painter that paints just one object with colour. This stuff over here is way too complicated. This is, I think, actually what we need, but it just don't look right. That will get the job done. It's because it's got two belts of paint, if I'm not mistaken. So this was about bandwidth here. It's got actually two belts of shape, and so that's like a double design. It'd be cool if I labeled these a bit more, right? Sideways double painter or something. Now that is what we want. That right there is exactly what we want. So the beautiful thing about this game is that it understands that you know, building everything manually is very repetitive, so being able to copy and paste stuff is kind of good. If we go and put this so we can expand it into this space, I could easily actually move the other belt, but we'll keep it right there. Okay, and we'll put our first one there. I don't know how many of these we're going to need. We now get to bring this all the way down. And we want it to go there. So our paint is in the system. Now guess what we've got to put in there? Shape. And looking at this, there's actually enough for a double system. So if we want to upgrade to a double, we can definitely do that. Okay, that's got 9, and that goes down here. Across there. And now that shape has been painted. Beautiful. Does the array need to be any bigger? I think the answer is clearly maybe. Yeah, kind of looks like this thing would actually support a double belt down the bottom there. So here's what we're going to do. Rip that out and start again. And don't worry, like, this game is very friendly for doing stuff like that. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise this up by 1 block. Drag our pane. I can actually put it in there as well, but it looks neater when it goes in here. Yeah. We're going to put a splitter or belt balancer or whatever you want to call it here. Yeah. And this allows us to have 2 belts. I can even... before we do that, let's go... 1, 2 more of those. Okay, come over here. Just going to do that. Although, actually, that's not particularly great. There we go. I can even make sure it's got the same amount if I just put 1 there. Right, so now what we've got to do is modify this. Let's select and copy. Just needed 1 more belt. Copy that. Put it over here. Over there. Right, and it is now feeding all of those things to the end here. What we're going to do next... that's not necessary. Put a trash can here. And that just allows us to see the speed we're extracting at. Kind of looks like we can make 2 belts of this stuff, right? So we need to do something similar to what we did at the bottom here at the top. And I'm just going to repeat the layout. So even though I don't technically need it back here, we'll start back here. Do 4 like that. Bring that thing on through. Just need the 4. And then here. Right, excellent. So there you go. I'm not sure if it constitutes being a full belt or not, but it's certainly a lot of those that we're bringing through. In fact, I can now see that our green dye doesn't keep up. How can we inject some more? We're going to cancel it there. That's going to go straight through. Oh, wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. Because what I'm going to do is pull some more in, like, and shimmy it in there. Actually, the place to do this, I think, is like that. Ooh, just about enough room to squeeze it in. There you go. Right, so we can shimmy in more green dye. Let's go ahead and create another setup. And yes, everything here is definitely inelegant. If you want to be accusing me of not being elegant, this is not elegant. It is mishmash, get the job done. Okay, brain definitely did not think or look properly. Just kind of went, oh, there's green, that'll do. Where's our next green? Got a green over here. Oh, cancel. Green down there. I guess I could take it from the other side, couldn't I? So we can do that. And then we can grab green over here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is somewhere around here. Right, and that will bring more paint into the system. And that means more items on the output. As you're about to see, they're going to increase. Dash is here for 3 months. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you for your Prime subscription. Heart of Diamond says, isn't this Factorio? Well, obviously it's not. It's a different game. Takes elements of Factorio and turns them into a new type of challenge. It's really fun. If you enjoyed Factorio, you'll definitely get a kick out of this. Okay, so anyway, we need to now bring this... Both of these, actually. So, like, here we go. Spaghetti City. Both of those need to come across. All the way from over there to... around here. Oakley dokley. And now... Wait, haven't we... Have I missed a step? No, there it is. The outputs. I'm looking at the wrong bit. We now need to get a belt of each. Actually, I need to... Wow, okay. It's this again. Twice over. It's funny how this game works out like that sometimes. So, what I'll do is put all of that there. That being said, I've just got to feed them in correctly. Where's another example of me doing this? Because, do you know what? We'll trash them and find it out soon enough. I think the one on the bottom is the left, and the other one visually goes on top of it, is what it's trying to tell us. So if we do that, and then we do that again. Oh, that's a weird... No, that's... No, that's correct. That's correct. Yeah. Alright, then... Gonna bring you up to there. Gonna bring that one in this side. Next one goes there. The output looks good. The output looks good. Let me tell you that, my friends. Let's check the speed with some trash cans. Speed looks good. Almost looks as if it could go faster. Which makes me wonder if that's the same here. It's pretty much a full belt and then a full belt again. No, it's full belt. I think it just makes it look like the amount of items in the system could perhaps do better. But anyway, we got to now send these back to the hub. They're also going to be used in junction with our next objective. So... these things are going to end up going all over the place. Right, now chat, I get very absorbed by this game, and every now and then I want to give y'all an opportunity to say stuff. That is not just yet, that is just not yet. But think about it a little bit, like if you've got any questions, and we will be answering those in a little bit. I'm just going to take these back to the hub, and then it's a good time to take a break after that, right? So let's press the right buttons. Put things in the right places. We also got a noise in the ear. It's Blue Bottle here. Blue Bottle 77 for 48 months. Incredible. Hi X, how was your day? My day was good. Like, I wish I could have done more. I went for a run. That was good. But man, so much of my time sometimes is just like cooking and cleaning and looking after the house and... Yeah, I wanted to get on the computer more and record more Hermitcraft, but I didn't. I also wanted to write a music blog, didn't get to do that, but it's just like that sometimes. Where is the hub? Oh my goodness me, I think I've gone past it. But not by much. Yay, not by much. Ah! I said. Also, we have Sumin Shizen gifting a sub to Shoshi YK, and Alabis is here with the Prime. Thank you so much, as always, peeps, for your support. It is appreciated. And look, we got 2 tapes, or whatever you want to call them, 2 opening bits right above us. Ah! this one's coming up. Oh, we've got another one. See, it's funny, depending on what order you end up doing it, really, the one going across should be the one that uses the tunnel, but it ain't like that here. Let's see those numbers tick up. Except we won't, because you have to go into here to see it. There it is, there it is. Let's find out how much we are producing, because we'll be able to estimate how long we get that next unlock in. Okay, looks like we're up to 1.5k, did I see? 1.5k a minute is our production rate. And we need 40k. So we'll get 3k in 2 minutes. 20 minutes. We're looking at about 25 minutes, and then we'll be on the next one. Cool. Maybe less if we're lucky. Right, peeps, it's time for me to read the chat. Do you realise it's the wrong shape, Asuma? It's not the wrong shape. Not the wrong shape at all. Chat derp, says Nikita. It seems like it is a chat derp. The one on the left corner, lol, says Ken Times. The one on the left corner? What's that? Oh, good thing your game runs fast. Yeah, no, there's definitely signs of this game needing some big optimization. Okay, now we need to go in here. Actually, I can do it from here, can't I? Yes, thank goodness for that. So, if we come over here, that's where we're going to put that marker. Now, if we go up to... Wait a minute, I copied the wrong thing? No, did it just put it there? It just put it there. We go up to this one. Where is it in relation to that one? I've completely lost track. Ha, that's it. So... Okay, there you are. And it's kind of upwards and right, so... And there it is. It's actually right above it. That's good. Good to know. So question is... I think the question is pretty simple. We're going to bring those items up here, because this is where we want to copy this layout and expand it over and over again. And we've got some remnants of stuff in the past as well. Anyway, it was chat time. Mine is slow, says Alibis. Yeah, I imagine if you ain't got the CPU for it, it's going to start taxing your computer a little bit. By the way, the tier 6 shape will be tricky. You should think about it. Well, what I'm seeing is the square is probably what's going to throw you off, right? Like, you have to put it together in a way where you get that square. So we're going to have to do some experimenting to figure that out for sure. That's our next objective after we get past this one. And then obviously stack it on top of this. So, we do know... Let's go change the belts over here, right? Like, that's going to come that way. Why does that look like it's going the other way? Jeez. Okay, so what we do know is with this design, we can stack it vertically. And when we do so, the output comes to the right. And I think we should do that first, because we want to produce one full belt to match. In theory, I can actually make two... Yeah, let's go for 2 full belts. We really want to challenge ourselves. So we're going to go for 2 full belts. And I want this to line up. And I think that is it lining it up. So we'll call that, you know, one... That's like a full belt we're going to aim for. That'll be... Yeah, and then we need that there. So this is in the way. Sorry, but you got to go. So massive array of stuff. This is so much fun. That is really going to need to wiggle out of the way a fair bit, actually. And it might become 2 belts at some point as well, something to consider. So let's go see where it gets hooked up. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll make this look a little cleaner now we've decided that's the size of our array. We're going to want like 2 lots of belts coming through here. One for red, one for green. We'll start off with green each and every time. And this will support... actually, it won't. It would need that to be technically supporting 2 belts. So we'll give it that straight away. I could, I could shimmy it and use tunnels. Oh, go on then. Let's shimmy it and use tunnels. It's like... But no, that would be, be too much effort. No, let's make the effort. Let's make the effort, peeps. We're worth it. Wouldn't you agree? We're totally worth it. Actually, it's gonna be several tunnels, but let's not worry about that. Actually, now it looks... No, that's totally thunky. That's a funky monkey. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm going to do it this way. Never mind. Never mind. How much is this game? Asks Anon Salot. Not a lot. Couple of quids on Steam. £3, I think, pretty much. Worth every penny, if you ask me. Okay, so that's now our green input set up for multiple belts and multiple arrays, right? I could even just go ahead and do the next bit now as well. Actually, I think what I'll do here is just rebuild this as well. So the next belt was supposed to go there, therefore... I tell you what, in multiplayer it'd be so cool doing this, like working in little teams, like everyone takes up a little part. And like think about how much more you get done if one person was doing those belts, someone over here was doing these belts. Man, that'd be cool. That would be cool. Right, so really what we want to do is shape up all of our inputs to come from these sides over here. I was thinking of sending... Actually, no, we don't, because of the way that's laid out. So no, these ones will go up here. Therefore, what we're going to do is copy and paste a couple of times. Right. And this is where like the outputs are going to be a bit tricky. But I'll figure it out, peeps, don't worry. That's wrong. So those are our inputs for the shapes, right? This is going to end up being a bridge. Let's actually just put that in place now. Man, this music's kind of intense for this, you know? It's like some serious belt building. A little bit of metal guitar in there as well. Right, so we've got 1 trash can, 2 trash can, 3 trash can, 4. Okay, so that's one set of inputs. The next set will be the red with 2 belts, just like we've got over here. So let's go ahead. And actually, I'm going to copy that in its entirety, I think. The red stuff goes in there. Now let's zoom out a little bit. And then back in. Can I fit it on the screen? Not quite. That's going to make it tricky to paste. Right, the red, I believe, goes in here. So we put it there. Now at the bottom, I can just do that. But here and everywhere else, I'm going to have to put in some tunnels or something. Right. Some jazz like that. Have I put that into the right spot? I hope I have. So now, what if we got any reds like higher up? We have, but you know, kind of not much in it. Cancel. Delete that. I'm learning, peeps. It's you know, you can build these things in bulk kind of quick. So we're gonna go. Like that. Okay, and then we're going to have to go... Now, I think I can press 1, right, drag it down, hold Shift and Control. That don't work. That does not work. Never mind. Okay, now we can see where they meet. And all the way down here it comes. Right, that should get everything going. Cancel. We have just created the array for a redonkulous amount of this material. That is very good to see. Now I believe we're going to end up making 2 belts. Let's remind ourselves. We're going to bring something up here. So we want a upwards expandable array, and we probably want to put it over the side from there. So anyway, for now, what we're going to do is have you come down here, and then we'll have a little... actually, let's do this one. Wait, oh, okay, I've done it all wrong. Yeah, I want to get away from that, so we want to be over the edge of this area. This one wants to come down. Whoopsie. Let's put this here. Okay, put a trash can on it. It's going to do both. Interesting. With time, we may see it makes a single belt. This might actually produce more than just a single belt, which would be fascinating. Yeah, it kind of looks like it's either perfect or... I'll tell you what, if I do that, then we'll probably see... That's probably a full belt. That's probably a full belt on each right now. But it'll take a little time until it slows down. Here we go, it's about to slow down. There it is, it's slowing down. Interestingly, the ones in the middle aren't. Have they got more, like, backup? Stuff piled up? Ah, look at this. It almost looks like the red and the green belts are being tested a little bit. That might explain... Yeah, there you go. But when we do that, we definitely end up with a full belt. Slowly you'll see it. We're going to go back to a full belt. If I've understood all of this correctly. Maybe I haven't actually. Maybe it just deleted loads of stuff that was building up. Well, either way, that's where we make 2 belts, essentially, is what I wanted to say. And then we just got to put them through some stackers. So let's come down here. Find the next bit. This is just going to go directly up. So what we'll do is we'll add a U-turn here when we want to make a U-turn. By the way, how close are we? 24k. And now I just got to make some massive lines that go up really far. Zoomed out too much. Now, will I see the other area? I don't know. The hub gives you a little arrow pointing to it. This other one doesn't. Okay, we've still got a ways to go. It'd be cool if it had an arrow pointing to it, then I would know. And we're just about there. Sweet, okay. Oh my god, I've never noticed the arrow pointing to the hub, says Huggy Bear. Yep, it's there pointing at it. It's very useful. So what we're going to do next is actually something we've already built all the way down here. It is this again, I think. Pretty sure it's just that. So if we want to start building this, we need 2 of these arrays. Give it a little bit of space each time, right? Now, which one's going to be which? These ones need to go onto the bottom belt. Whoopsie. And the other ones go on the top belt. So, this is all going to look ugly, but whatever. Okay, hopefully I've got that correct. Oh, that's the wrong bit. Because then we've got the output over here. Right, so we just got to redirect that input. And it's just a matter of time now. 30k. We're at 3/4 of the way there, peeps. D10 NY says, first shape stream I join. What is this game about? About making shapes. By the way, we've almost got 1,000 viewers. Thank you again. It's very encouraging to see so many people tuning in to play. So, how about this? Hands in chat if you're just coming by and you're not sure what's going on. I want to see how many people don't know about this game right now. Also, hit the follow button. Alright, hands in chat and a follow button. You can do that for me. Okay, we've got like 5, 6, 7, 8... 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, we've got like a lot of hands in chat. Now there's more. Now people are like, yeah, I really want to put my hand in chat. Cool. Let's go to the hub. The game begins over here. You get asked to make very simple shapes like squares. So all you got to do is extract the squares and send them into the middle. But then things get more complicated. For example, you can cut shapes in half. You can rotate your shapes and you can paint them as well. So here is us extracting some colour, sending them into a painter. But obviously, if you do one thing at a time, it's going to be slow. So we build arrays. And when we zoom out, it looks like a pretty motherboard. So we've got a bunch of basic stuff that's just kind of wiggled around the beginning area. Some of it's not even being used anymore. Over here is our first real complex shape where we had to start off with 2 different shapes. Paint them in 2 different colours. One of these colours is actually made out of 2 other colours. So over here you'll see we are mixing green and blue for turquoise. These are paint mixers. Okay. Then we paint the 2 different shapes and we end up cutting them, rotating parts of them and sticking them back together to make this shape right here. We've produced 500,000 of them so far. So the complexity steadily increases. Now let me show you some of the incredible projects that we have done here. This is where we extract a awkward shape and then turn it into a proper shape like that. So we have a facility here to cut up the pieces, rearrange them and then put them together. Now that I look at it, oh, I see why that's in the middle. Yeah, ignore me. Right. Along the way, there's just random stuff all over the place. We decided to make a bus, okay? This is where we take colours, we push them along a line together, and then we pull things off the line to produce and send them back on the line, right? So you can see steadily, bit by bit, we add new colours. And we end up with all of the colours, but it's not terribly efficient, unfortunately. So further on down the line, we start to bring shapes onto the bus. And that allows us to extract shapes and colours up the top, produce new shapes with them, send them across and stack them on top of other shapes to produce complex ones like this. And yeah, that kind of goes on and on, right? You can see sometimes we had to expand the array because we needed more of them at the time. And, you know, that was that. Then we ended up making a even crazier mega bus where we're like, we're going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to do, you know, stupid amounts of color coming through, and this actually got quite tedious. As you'll see, there is a lot of complexity to move things around, but then we end up with these massive arrays of like item creation that are just expanded all the way down here, as you can see. And I ended up not really liking that one too much. What's this over here? I think this is just some shape manipulation, yeah. So we could probably use this again in the future to produce something. But after doing this, I decided to focus on just kind of doing one thing at a time. Is that part of the bus we've already seen? That's, yeah, it's part of the mega bus. This is part of the bus you've seen. What's temp? Ah, why is this not running? Ooh. Why is it not running? I think it's because, yeah, I think it's because we needed to create this complex shape, but then we needed to create that one after. Now, it might be a good thing that I'm here. Actually, no, these are no longer needed, so this stuff right here is kind of temporary, but this is a very purpose-built, complex little setup right here that along the way we learnt some things. You know, really trying to mix all of the cutting, painting, and stacking into like a small expandable space. But as you can see here, like the tiling didn't quite work. We had to wiggle some wires in. So that was a bit of a learning process. And then what we've made today, or finished making, is good, but the parts of it are sort of all over the place. So although this looks like pretty neat and clever, which it is, then we have to extract these other shapes from somewhere else and bring them over here. And we're just about to hit our goal and upgrade cutting, rotating, and stacking. Let's head back to the hub. Actually, no, on our way there, we're going to remove that shape because we now need to produce the next one, which we're probably not going to finish this episode, getting all of those done. And I will probably need to idle in order to get those all created. Okay, so this is where we then go, okay, we're done with that. Now we're going to put them over here. And actually, we'll go back to the hub, then we'll come and check on this. Okay. That being said, I haven't even figured out... Yeah, I've still got to build the output for this. Right. We can now get this upgrade. When we do, we don't need these shapes anymore. No, we still need them. And we need 100k of those and 40k of these. Oh, it's painful, but... Cutting, rotating, and stacking has been upgraded, which possibly means that like stuff around our whole setup can be made a little bit more efficient, but I'm not really worried about that. Okay, so now what we need to do is share those input belts, right? See these over here? Now what we've got to do is share these belts. Oh, this is going to be an absolute pain in the bum. But we can do it. So over here, I guess the items haven't arrived yet even. Let's do it so we can actually see this over here on the screen. There they are, there they are, they're going. And it takes a while, but it'll get done, right? It'll get done. Back up we go to do the next one. And apparently we passed 1,000 viewers. Thanks everyone for tuning in. If you have just tuned in, you kind of missed us giving a big explanation of everything. Like, just running through everything we're doing. Anyway, we're doing this temporarily. Then I'm going to come back here later on once we've got our 120k. And I'm going to have to swap it back. So I'll explain that. I'll explain it right now. So this shape is part of that shape. So rather than produce this twice over, we're going to do that. So we need to make 120k of this complex shape into the system, and then I will swap this back so it then makes 100k of that. So that's going to take some idling. So that's not going to happen in today's stream, but in the next one, when we come back, that'll all be done, and I think we'll be able to shut down all of this. And it will all start to rely, by the looks of it, on these ones. There is actually a shape here I'm supposed to make for painting and mixing. Now this This looks rather complicated and a lot of work. And I feel like I want to take on the harder challenge right now. Okay, so chat, I'm going to put it to you. And how can we describe what we're going to do? Okay, let's call this one the easier, even though it isn't. All right, do you want to see the harder shape or the easier shape? This is the harder shape, and this is going to be the easier shape. It's not a lot of work. Well, you decide. 2 for the harder, then a few for easy, hard, 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 easier, hard, 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 easier, easier. Oh, jeez, it's pretty split, but I think harder is on top. Then again, I see a few more easies, quite a few easies now. Then a whole bunch of hards. Pretty sure y'all want me to do the harder one first. Okay, that's the way we'll do it then. That's the way we do it. The one argument you could say is that painting and mixing it'd be better to have for this. In theory, that only affects the white dye. Oh, that's actually a really good point. Do I want to do it the faster way for that? How about this? We'll figure out how we make this shape. Then we'll do this one, and then we'll scale this one up. So, we're going to start off going back to the hub and do a little bit of goofing around near the... Ooh, what happened there? Did I click it? Okay, no, it's good. Yeah, I'm just wondering, do I want to shut down any other production anywhere? Because, like, I don't actually need that anymore, or that. And maybe just by doing that, it might back up somewhere else and help some of this other stuff along. What else do we not need? Those are blueprints, so we need those. Do we need those ones? Nope. So I can technically do without that. It also comes in over there. And it might have the whole system doing less, which might mean the game performs a little better. I'm pretty darn sure we're not going to need that for the next round. Probably the same for the blue halves. We've probably got all we need right there. So let's actually pause all of those and just hope that somehow that affects things elsewhere in the system and maybe the game just starts to run smoother because less stuff is running all the time. That feels like a smart decision. Now, in order for us to create our new goal, which we're going to pin on the side of the screen, we need squares, we need circles. And I surmise that if we cut it like that, no, do I want a quad one? I think I want a quad one, so like, what are we getting out of this? We want that one and that one, which means kind of want to rotate you in a particular way and you, and I'm not sure which one is right. Oh yeah, good idea to set up some trash cans. In a way that could work, but no. What we're going to do is flip it both times. Actually, not. I think we've been through this before. That's not the way to do it. That would actually work. So we can get those halves, which need to be painted white. So that's going to be pretty straightforward. Now, the square thing is interesting. Does it actually tell us? Ah, I see. Bottom layer is that, then this layer with that attached. So what we've made here needs to be attached to that one and put on top of that, I think, is what I'm looking at. So if we go... we think about ratios here for a moment. Actually, let's not think about ratios. Let's get this thing rolling first. Right. What we're going to do is have this over here. And yes, it's all probably a bit too close. We've got all 4 components. Let me think about the math a little bit. We're producing 2 belts, okay, of that. Therefore, we need 2 of these to go into that shape. And if we do it per each one, then they are also going to need 2 belts of this. So we can do this 1 for 1 with circle and square. That's what I've just figured out. That's kind of important to think about. Now, we are going to take the one shape that is currently the right shape. That means we need trash cans. And we are going to stack it. And I think it doesn't matter because... Ooh, how did I get that so wrong? Let's try rotating you. Oh yeah, trash can. Always the trash can. And another trash can. Always the trash can. No, not like that. Okay, so we got that first shape there. This would obviously need to be painted first. So then... And remember, we'd send 2 of those through. Let's get that trash can going. Now we want that one there. Or better yet, if I just rotate this one for the sake of ease. Now that's the wrong shape, but we'll just rotate again, you know. So then we need that one. Now, this is odd because if we try and stack it, surely it's not going to make it smaller. So how do we do that? Chat, I'll turn it over to all of y'all now, okay? You don't need either rotations. Yeah, we're not doing that yet. You know, we're not building the actual system. It will make it smaller apparently. Okay. Starry Eyes 313 is here for 37 months. Hey X, you have to merge it with another shape first. Well, thank you for that suggestion. Here it says empty, empty, empty. It doesn't like suggest there is another shape underneath that is hidden. Anyway, that is... Oh, it's going to fix itself in just a second, don't worry. So let's experiment, let's find out then. Okay, no. What if... We'll get there in the end. No as well. That is not how it's done, peeps. That is not how it's done. Merge, cut, then merge, says Mindy. Midi Mike. I'm not sure I follow. You merge the square on top of another shape. Then you cut it out with the dual cutter. I think I get what you're saying, but man, is that complicated. Google it, says Pancake Sloth. No, I like the challenge. I like the challenge. That's why I'm playing. I think I understand what some of you are saying. Now, having like got this far and seen a sort of elegant way to use all of our inputs nice and elegantly, that all of a sudden feels really ugly. So what halves do we cut? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Right, I'm gonna start again with everything we got here. And here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get these belts to sort of come a little closer to each other to begin with. And then I'm gonna put our cutters in. Oh, it might help. No, let's not do it with halves. Oh, well, look at that! Immediately too close together. I kind of want to visualize them side by side a little more. I'm hoping it will help me figure out the overall layout a little better. Two bottom squares on top of two right squares. Then cut the right side. I can't see how that would work. Honestly, I think this is where reading chat isn't going to be too helpful. It's kind of hard to describe, right? Colour the circles first, says Kafsi. No, there's no point colouring them in to figure out how to do it. We've got to figure out this bit first, not make it too complicated for ourselves. One thing we would do, though, is we would paint the circle first. So that's a good point. We would paint the circles before we even cut them. That just makes sense to me. So I'm really struggling to understand this. The smaller shape is the one that's on top. So I need... If I have... How do I get a smaller shape on top of it when it doesn't... I guess you gotta put it on top and then... Okay, I think I get it. So... Now it's gonna... Let's forget about ratios, right? Let's get this done first and worry about the rest later. Oh, I had it in my head for a second, then it kind of went away. So, what would be the optimal way to lay this out? I think what I want to do, just to begin with, is trash. We'll figure out the rest of this later. We're going to trash those two shapes. We are then going to join the next two. And we've got that. Then we are going to, let's see, we're going to join these two together, trash the other ones. Right, then we need... Now, I don't know if a quad cutter would actually be the best choice here. Like, I don't know if that could be useful, but if we do that, we then get two sides. I believe we trash this one. Now, we also want that side of the shape. And we are trashing one of these, which I think I can borrow. I guess I should trash that for now if I want to make sense of this. So we are going to rotate that, I believe, in that direction. Then we also want to borrow a top right one, which I think... What now? Why? Oh, it's because I need a trash can there again. That is indeed this one here. No thanks, please don't do that. Where are we in need of trash can now? Oh, I think it's probably backed up because it needs one there, and now that's backed up, right? Yeah, that's a bit awkward. Okay. Aha. So the one that needs trashing is that. No! How very, very odd. It didn't keep it. Maybe the inputs need to be the other way around? That doesn't seem likely, though. I was about to say no, but then it turned out yes. That's the shape. Okay, so we got it. Now, we do this by trashing two inputs. Also, something got caught up along the way. Hopefully that will keep it moving along. This is kind of a lot. No, wait, it's because I didn't put a trash can at the end. You Wally. You absolute Wally. Now it should just continuously move along. So we waste, you know, one of those and one of those. And I think if we try and equate them back into the whole setup, it's probably going to end up being more hassle than we like, is what I'm thinking. So we're actually going to make our array with this being entirely wrong, I guess. Sorry, with wasting a third of what's coming through. But this is a game, remember, where you can scale things very easily upwards. Now, what I want to do is take what we've done and compact it. So we're going to copy that, and we're going to... Oh, there's more circles here, is there? We'll put our next one there, and we'll figure out how to compact it, okay? This is kind of fun, like, definitely a different sort of setup. And what's cool is that there's not too much painting involved. So our input, we're going to paint before our input. So we build the last part of the array first. Okay, and I think I'm actually just going to stop everything going through. Try and visualize where we compact. First things first. What items are we taking out? Because we rotate one here. It might make more sense not to do that. So we get rid of top left. No, we don't. Let's see. Top right. On below it. So we get rid of bottom left. Bottom left is actually never really used. But it might be more compact. I think it might be more compact to rotate here. So we want to produce that same shape. Where's our trash can? Right, so I want to rotate there. And now we got top right. Is that correct? Is that the same as down here? No, we were using top right and... Sorry, top left and bottom right. Bottom right, top left. Let's double check that. That is the same shape going through. Okay. So what I can now do... wait, I'm looking at the wrong bit. I can now move that to here. That's slightly more compact. So then I'm going to take this one that's rotated. And by the way, what is that one again? Because that could be used for that as well. It might be more useful to have that bit on. In fact, it would be. Is it one away from that? It's two away from it. So if I add in 2 rotations... Wait, sorry, that would then become that one. But we want to hook it up with this here. So, if I'm not mistaken, that makes the same shape as what's now going to be going into that belt. I'm missing a trash can here. So, is that the same shape? Yes, it is. So far, so good. I just wonder if we could shuffle these around and they could do... What would be really great is if I drew this out, like physically, drew it down, then I could see what was what. I think we need to trash that to see. So what rotation do they go in? It's like clockwise. I really want a bit of pen and paper now. By the way, Screaming Monk, thank you for 39 months of support. Appreciate it. Thank you to all the peeps putting up with this very tedious examination right here. I'm going to grab a scrap of paper as I reach over to my drawer. That will do. It's time to visualize. Right, so we got a circle. And let me clip this. MS Paint! I could use something, but I haven't got it set up on my computer for that. So... It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And what we're producing here, what is that shape again? So essentially, that could be... that could be... If we rotate one backwards, those could be made together on that first spot. So if I rotate that one the other way around, like that, then I move that to here. Okay, need a trash can. Where else do I need a trash can, peeps? Not sure, but let's move that. There you go. Okay, so that produces the same shape, just in the first two slots, instead of further down. Then the other shape that we need is that one rotated twice. That's the fourth, so it's going around to the third position, second even. And I think... Okay, it's all stopped again. And I'm now not sure what else I can... Oh, it's that thing probably, right? It needs more from this side. Okay. That one there. Wait, what were we doing down below? We were mixing bottom right. So if I take that, flip it, now we've got bottom right there, which means we can have a trash can here. Probably not actually that much more compact, right? But it's kind of closer to this thing. Okay, so that's top right, and that is bottom right. So now the trick is to move this thing up by one. Okay, that means that goes into there. So far, relatively compact. What happens after those 2 points is this thing from down here goes up there, so we've moved that below this one. And it is that now, let's have a look, that wants to join with this over here. So actually, it might make more sense to swap this all around. So these ones are at the bottom, those ones at the top. I'm not really sure what is best here. But we need to make the bottom two together. And then the very bottom one gets trashed. So in theory, maybe actually we'll just stick with those two where they are. Right? And again, we've got a flow problem over here. I think if I put a trash can there, it will all start moving. Okay, just double check. It is the flat ones that connect with those ones. So we've got to get this from there up to here. And the best way for that to be done compact would be to have a tunnel arrive here from the other side, right? That means that we need a tunnel there. So can I make that shape and have a tunnel go upwards? I feel like they're the wrong way around. There we go. Okay, so now we've got to get that flat shape out of the bottom two. Trash this one here. Can it be done in such a small space? Because that is where that's going to go. So we need to see what these two are again. If they're both rotated, I believe it's possible. We need to go counterclockwise both times. Which is counterclockwise like that. Put this thing here and a trash can there. And that... Is that the shape? Is that the shape that we made? It is. It is. Interesting. Okay. Okay then. We can do away with some of this now, I think. So what happens once we have that shape there? I feel like I'm missing something, right? We've got... Where did this come from? Have I missed something in the process? Oh my word, I think I've missed something in the process of all this compacting. No, wait, it's got to be that line there. Okay. Nope, we have both the parts. So, this has to mix with half of that. How can I visualize that up top? I guess the next step is this has been made and immediately we're cutting it? That seems so bizarre, but I guess that's what we're doing. Put it together, cut it in half. That's the name of the game. Put it together, cut it in half. Now we got those. The bottom one gets trashed. The top one needs to be joined from the right hand side with that. And I think what I'm going to do is something a little cray-cray here. What is the best way to do this? I kind of want to use a like a thing. Of course I do. A bridge, a tunnel, but I don't think it's going to fit in. Now, is it me or is that correct? BAM! Your boy did it! In a relatively small and compact space. Can it get any more compact than that? I am not sure. Me not sure. Pretoria 150, thank you ever so much for the Prime subscription. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Possibly. Almost. Maybe. Let's have a little think. If I rotate this here. Okay, now that looks beautiful, but that's in the way. And I can't really wiggle that anymore. So we want the left-hand side to go into that. If I put this here, I can make it very slightly more compact. Let's do that then. Now it is a little less on the one side. But it doesn't work because that's not pointing in the right direction now, is it? It's not pointing in the right direction. Okay. And there you go, we're producing the shape. So, we mix white with the circle and bring it in. And then that, as a whole, produces everything that we need. That is the end product right there. Now, the next question is turning this into an array, because we want to send belts upon belts of these materials so that we can scale this thing up massively. Right, like we want, I don't know if you spend them, or if once you get that much you can unlock both, but we want to scale that up massively. So we want to have belts going alongside and feeding into here. I think this is going to work with a combination of these splitters and then some tunnels. Right, so we're going to forget about that now. We've built a module. Okay, we're now going to visualize most of the rest of it. So we will want to have two belts running through, and they will turn off like that. But it won't at the next junction. The next junction, let's make this thing super duper repeatable, by the way. Also, top to bottom, I think if we copy that, yeah, okay, so the layout shouldn't interfere when tiled side by side. Also, that wouldn't actually be there, right? This is our output. And our output should probably go to some sort of tiled exit. Like that. So that is now our whole thing, right? No, it's not. Because we want two more belts over here of a different shape. Going to need one between it, I think. Right, so that goes, hello, we want that, and I'm not going to make these super duper compact. It's going to be like that. That is our module that we repeat over and over again, peeps. What do you think of that? We just got to feed in white circles and squares. That was a different challenge. I really enjoyed that. Let's hope there's nothing wrong with it, because then I'll scream and tear my hair out. And actually, I think we can get this thing up and running straight away. Let's just think about location now. Like, circles and squares are all nearby. Squares there. Then we start to lose the circles and squares. So, where is our colour mixer up here? It's quite a ways away. The white colour mix is not being used anymore. So we can bring 2 belts of white down, which I think we'll do. We'll just creatively reuse that for our new purpose. So, the spot to put this is kind of just in this area. Except the circles need to go up and get painted. Is there not? There's like a fresh set of square here. Is there not a circle in the area? There's definitely some almost circles. Almost circle. Almost circle. Hey, there's some circles. Kind of possibly just enough. We've got to make 2 belts of this and get them painted. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 6. 9. Also 9. There we go. So they're going to come up and be pretty much right below. That's kind of excellent. Alright, well, now my friends, thank you for enduring with all of that crazy engineering. We now get to put it straight away into practice. That was cool. That looked really complicated, and it was. But now, the payoff will be pretty quick, because this is going to be like relatively simple to set up. Now, I talked about doing some AFKing, like some idling. And we've got... Wait, which one are we... Oh, right, we've finished that goal, but we need 120 to get the whole thing. Yeah, so we're gonna get this done. Like, next stream is gonna be fascinating, because I'm gonna idle everything we need to do here, essentially, right? So, peeps, okay, the stream ain't over yet, but just remember, next stream gonna be interesting, all right? It's gonna be interesting. Let's go look for a sideways painter. That does 2 belts of each, actually. A double belt sideways painter is kind of what we want. And is that not what this is? Now, the shapes are on the bottom. The dies are up the top. This is technically what we want, I believe. I'll just go and copy that from here. And we'll copy all of its shimmery as well. There's a lot of shimmery going on there. And we'll reuse this up here for our newly found purpose. We've left the extractors in, apparently. Right. Oh, what did that just do? What? Where am I? I clicked on something. Oh, I'm back. Okay, we're going to put it just there. Huh. And they all go in the right direction. I just thought, do they go in the right direction? Oh yeah, let's do, like, earlier what did I do earlier? I kind of, how can I say, like, just cut off the track, so I'd have to come back and do it manually, but oh, that's not where they go. That is not where it goes. Sorry, made a mistake. Let's do it like that, so it can actually channel through to this instead. Get rid of those. Let's double check. The dies made for 2 belts will go through here. So this is like a double die setup, and then the 2 belts go there. Is that... that is a double belt. The second belt is actually like up top. Weird. Now it's producing those shapes that we really, really want. So we've got 2 belts of that's going to come downwards like this. Okay. So where are the squares nearby that we're going to extract? They're kind of lower down. If we go to our design, it actually makes sense if the belts ran in different directions. There's a thought. So, are there any squares we can extract up here? Because I could extract the squares from about here and there, send them upwards. So we can go put the array there, and then have the belts come downwards. Right. So we're going to leave this thing here, but we're going to swap. The thing about swapping it is it makes tiling it a little different. But I think it's the best way to go. So we do that, because that is our one section. We must remember that the squares go in here, and then that appears there, which is also here and here. And that is how we create this thing tiled. Let's go copy it. Okay, we want to have our squares, so it needs to be over the side of that. And I'm not going to worry about lining it up perfectly. That should be good. Let's remember that that is where the squares go. And this is where our our white circles go, like that. We are setting this thing up fast, my friends. Setting it up fast. And it's gone and done some magic already. Now for the next magic. There's our squares. There they are. Y'all ready for this? I said it, y'all ready for this? Okay. Extractors. Chain extractor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That one's got 5. 7, 8, 9. Should both have 9. Okay. Oh, this is good. Oh, this is good. This is like one of the fastest ones we've done. I'm impressed. Okay. So hope I haven't goofed anything. You know, not a biggie. Not a biggie. Yes! We've done it! And check me out. Check me out. Copy. Ooh, wait a minute. Something looks funky. Something looks funky dunky. But it seems to paste okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ah! 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. How much can I get? We'll go for 16, right? And we'll worry about this belt over here if it's not good enough a little later. The hub is now approaching our left-hand side. That is a little bit of the hub, or stuff around the hub. Let's actually remove a bit of this and come in from this side. Yaha. That is not a good belt. That is a terrible belt. Booyah! We are producing them. They are being produced. Let's go check that out. A beautiful, complex, weird-looking machine right there is doing the job. And it looks like it could even do it faster. So here's what we're going to do now. We're going to go to the first 8 of these. Okay. And we're going to go... So that's 1. Well, it's kind of tricky. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we are going to cut, zoom out, paste it there, come back in, alright, rotation, put these things in, Oh, feel the brain smarts, Pete. Feel the brain smarts. Feel those brain smarts. Get our little bridge going in. We'll take that one. You can have this one. Alright. Alright. How many are we producing? Because it's about to go up. It's about to go up. Producing loads of that weird shape. Where is it? It'd be nice if you could pin things to the top of this list. There it is, 1.7. 1.7 we're at. Oh man, can we make it go faster? Can we do more? Because we've got 2K already. My goodness me. You could have cut the line halfway and moved the belt out by 1 space. That's what we did. We cut it out halfway and moved it out by 1. Problem here is, if I want to do that again and expand the array, I need to cut it out twice. Kinda looks like I might have counted one of these wrong. Let's go have a look. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, no, they're even. Oh, now they're going even again. Maybe it would help if we put one of those there. Really don't know if that helped at all. Anyway, it kind of looks like we might be able to squeeze a little bit more out of this. What do you think? These are sitting here stationary. We can totally double this. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to, from this point, all the way back up there. Oh boy, this is laggy. We're going to, oh, it's going to be tricky. Oh my word, that is laggy. We're gonna cut that. Yep. Then, oh, it stopped lagging. We are going to try and put that back in exactly, but come over by 1, 2. Okay. That will do for. I perhaps should have done this in a slightly different order, but anyway, we will make everything here work. That I do know. Let's copy that. 8,000. Small price to pay for doubling the array. I guess I've got to do it over here. Right, zoom in a little. And that is right there. Okay. Here's where it gets a little bit messy. I'm going to remove this to begin with. Just in case I make a big boo-boo. Right, now we are going to take this, which is what I perhaps should have left in. Come up here. Copy that. Come down. And put it in over here. So, that looks correct. It's got to be correct. There it is. Beautiful. Right, then we get to this bit. Yeah, that's fine. And then we get to over here. So now, you know, what I want to do is copy that and just paste it. Oh, lagging. That should be the last of it, right? Nope, there's more. There it is. Okay. So now... Oh my words, you gotta be kidding me. 4 belts of this? Like, I haven't made 4 belts of anything before. Okay? And now, like, the most complicated one has just been done in a way that allows... Oh, look at that on the side, though. I think 4 belts has overdone it. I think that's not gonna last. Look. But we can always come and interject more resources further down the line if we really wish to do so. But again, it's a bit of an idling game, so I can idle my way through it. Look at this. This setup is not getting enough white die to it. So that is actually throttling our current setup. So if 4 of these is overkill, we at least know that... Oh, wow. It's actually... I'm not sure what's happened to production now. But I think what I'm going to do is this. Just for now. Now they're actually all going onto 2 belts. So let's go address the white production up here. Because it's not good enough, apparently. Now, why would that be? White is made from a combination of yellow and magenta. We use red and blue to make magenta. And that appears to be working all the way to the top. So let's go and expand this array. I don't know how much that is, but we'll just shove that on top. Am I missing something there? I feel like... no, that's correct. Definitely feel like I'm missing something. No. I think the problem might be that the output speed is actually 1 belt, and then it cheekily splits it off into 2 when it's really not. But in theory, yeah, okay, so we're looking at 1 belt being split into 2. I think we'd sussed this out before. So effectively, our white color production is actually not that great. If I can juice it up any more than that, I'm not sure. It might benefit from a few more modules up here. That's not the correct way to do it. Neither is that. But that is. So that might give it a little bit more juice, but probably not. So this is not 2 belts of white that we're feeding in. It's just 1, essentially. Murph18 is here subscribing for 3 months. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. So we'll probably find at the moment we have our more accurate production now for this new material. Because all those built-up supplies have been chewed through. 1.2k per minute. And, you know, it's going to be a bit of a pain to make more white dye, but that's what we'll do in the next one. Although I'm going to idle my way through this, so maybe not. We need 150k plus 150k, I don't know. There you go, peeps. How was that? How was that? Was that good? Would you tune in for more of this again? Be sure to hit the follow button if you're thinking about tuning in next time, which will... Not sure when the next one is. It might be an extra 2 days because I'm going to pick up a new game tomorrow and I do want to keep doing Hermitcraft streams. Let's go see if anyone else is playing ye old shapes. There are other people. I got someone who's playing this with 2 viewers, so let's go surprise them. Alright, so peeps, hit that follow button and hit that raid button in just a second. Here it goes. Hit the raid button, peeps. Massive thank you to everyone for subscribing, resubscribing, donating and cheering. Thank you for all my patrons for supporting me. You're all appreciated. And I hope to see you again tomorrow for another live stream. But that's it. Hit the raid button. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.